Sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd. I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com, where we teach you how to bet like a pro. Now, today we're talking about alternative lines, derivatives, and the markets that all covers. So we're going to talk about, defining that, and also showing you how to use the tools to find the profitable, positive EV bets using the OddsJam tools. It's a lot of fun when you're making money, so let's take a look. All right, guys, before we get into the alt markets and derivatives, let's talk about saving 20% off at OddsJam. You can use Boyd20, BOID20. You can use the QR code here. Get that QR code scanned and enter Boyd20 to save 20% off the first 2 months at OddsJam. And your subscription is you get all the data, all the information. And again, what a better time to use it with hockey, basketball, football, college, everything's going on right now. So what a good time to use that and get started to be profitable in your sports betting. Okay, here we go. So let's first of all define an alternative market or a derivative. Now, first of all, we're going to start with the mainline markets. And if you recall, a mainline bet is always money line, point spread, or total. So very simple. Those top three are mainline bets. Anything after that is considered a derivative or an alternative market. So for example, first quarter money line, first half money line, first half total, team totals, anything else that you might run across or come across in the markets that you can bet on. And the reason why this is important is because the sports books offer these wagers, and they can be derivatives or an alternative line from these. So if you see the mainline markets going certain directions, many times you're going to see the alternative markets or the derivatives also fluctuate and change. And when you have pricing change, you can have some of the public books that aren't as bright and quick to move and identify opportunities in the market to take advantage of pricing. So for example, you see the over making a price change here from 227 down. So you have a little bit of a downward trend here on this Milwaukee Bucks Miami Heat game. So, does that mean you're also going to have a first half total adjustment? Does that also mean that the derivative or the alternative market for that Bucks game would change as well? It's something to keep your eye on. And again, OddsJam does a great job of keeping you abreast of the instantaneous and real-time data change with the markets. And what I want to do next is show you specifically the food chain or the blockchain, so to speak, of the odds market and the alternatives and the derivatives, because that's where you can find a lot of good value. And I'll give you a couple of great examples of how that can benefit you. Okay, so here we are at the the slated games deal. You'll see the OddsJam has the lineups for the day's games, and we'll just pop into any one of these. For example, take this Hornets-Knicks game. As you click on the game, it's going to open up the markets. It's going to open up the mainline markets, and it's going to open up the alternative lines, the derivatives. You can see all those across the top, and of course you can drop that down and find even more derivatives and more alternative markets here. So you have all kinds of options and choices based on quarters, halves, team totals. There's all kinds of things you can get into. I'm trying to open this up and scroll down to give you an idea of how vast this is. You can see all the different markets, first quarter, third quarter, money line, totals, lots of opportunities, right? Well, let me show you why that's important. Is because the tools here, as you get down, you find these alternative lines. And so if you want to find some alternative point spreads, this is sort of like options trading, sort of like options buying, where if you're in the money, out of the money, calls, puts, things like that, to where if you feel like maybe the mainline bet is at a certain level, if you feel like it's going to be quite a distance away from that, either in point spread or total, you can find some value in the pricing. Okay, when I talk about value in pricing, here's what I mean. So if the mainline market is at minus 12, maybe you can go up or down the scale here based on value of these points. So is the value of a point at minus 11 and minus 12 really that big of a deal as far as being 5 cents, 14 cents, difference in price? So you'll find that some of these alternative markets are going to be comparatively here with the pinnacle, lines or some of the other, market making books. And if you can find value on either side, it's really what you're looking for. It's really how you're trying to identify a bet inside of these regular markets to use to your advantage. And so again, these are all opportunities at the sports book. And so what my point is, you can get better pricing. And if you find value here and certain levels, just like in options trading, it's sort of how far out of the money do you want to go? How far do you want to stretch it? If you think this score is going to end by, a 20-point win by the Knicks, you can get some plus odds money. You can go to different books and get plus odds and really cash out and do well. You can see here Pinnacle's at minus 162, right there's an opportunity at minus 150. So, you're getting a little better price, by going in and out of the mainline bet range. And so that's what alternative markets and derivatives are. They're deriving from the mainline bets. They're deriving from the main markets. And so again, you have all these opportunities. And again, OddsJam provides this in the positive EV page. So they come to you. And my best piece of advice is to know how to navigate these sites so you can get to them very quickly, because certainly, the minus 110 odds may not be there. If these guys are at minus 117, you can pick up at minus 110. You need to know how to get to this particular sports book right away and find that alternative line or that derivative line. So that's another piece of advice I'd add is get to know the sports book so you can navigate it very, very quickly, because these markets can change and they realize they made a pricing error. They have an outlier, and that's where you can take advantage of it and be very, very profitable. All right, guys, there you go with alternative markets and derivatives. It's a very positive way to make money and use the other markets to find outlying prices using the tools at OddsJam, and very, very profitable. So please use that. Also, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Happy to answer those. If you have other topics you want me to cover here at Bet School, try to give you some betting education to increase your ROI, please let that be known down below as well. And as always, make sure you like and share, and let's go make some mathematical